Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice podcast. We would like to first say thank you to those who tune in week after week, those who share the link on various platforms. Thank you. Y'all, this season, we are excited to bring you some hot and new topics. We are ready to push you further into your destiny. If you feel stuck or even overwhelmed, I want you to tune in and have a mind of expectancy, because we believe that if you challenge it, it will change.
Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice. This is Dr. Linda. You all have been such a great people to have listening to us. And again, my prayer is always that what we're saying or what we're doing, it has been an encouragement to you. And my team is here with me again. Y'all, we're going to be talking about this thing called Woosah. I know that's something you probably never heard that would cause you to meditate. But that is one of the things that we have to do when we're getting overwhelmed, when things are just coming at us in every direction. I want us to woosah. That means I want you to find something that is going to calm you down completely, because we're in a world, y'all, things are happening and peoples are being upset. You can be in road rage. You can be on your job. You can get bad news, but whatever it is, I want you to woosah. Come on, where you at, Renise? Come talk to me about this woosah.
All right, woosah. Woosah is a thing that I used to not be real good at, and sometimes I'm still not at the best at it. That's just honesty. Depends on where I'm at that I can be set off. And so woosah is something I'm learning in my life. But what I will say is, I remember when my children were younger and I just used to yell. I just used to be just yelling at them. And I just noticed one day me yelling did not put no fear in their heart. They was used to me yelling. They was used to me being in an uproar. And one day the Spirit of the Lord gave me a calmness, and I began to talk to them, literally just talk to them. And they were more afraid of me talking than me yelling, because they actually was listening to what I had to say. And so I made more sense to them than me just yelling. They learned to tune me out in my anger and frustration. And so what I will say about learning how to be in a place of calm, you don't have to be in a rage about everything. Some things you just have to settle down and take a deep breath and know what is worth it and what ain't worth it. If it's not worth your blood pressure getting up, don't do it. If it's not worth a heart attack, calm down. If just learn how to just really bring calm to your circle of life. The world that we live in is already angry enough. We don't have to continue to add anger into our world and into our families. So it's my whole point is to say, there are times we have to just take a moment and reflect and know how to calm down. You have to find a method that works for you, whether it be counting, whether it be your favorite scripture, whether it be you exercising, whatever that moment is for you. Stop blowing up on it off of everything. Learn when to walk away so you don't fold under pressure. So that would be my words of encouragement to you, as well as to myself when I'm in those heated moments, to say, you know what, calm down. It ain't worth it. Know when to go and pray and seek an answer, that you may have wisdom and get some understanding.
That is so good, Renise, because, you were talking about your children and you were talking about how you used to yell at them. Now, I'm so grateful that you did not get that from me because I'm not a yeller. I like to sit, I like to get understanding. And even when I'm upset, you got to drive me to that thing. When I'm yelling, oh, you have done something that is not really good. That means you set me off. But I'm so glad that, we're talking about this and you said it so well. Our world is angry enough and our children are angry. Seem like right now in this time, that's all you're getting. And I'm so glad that literally my grandson, David Young, brought this topic to me and he wanted us to really talk about this. And if you learn from time to time, even when you are having a baby, they don't just let you be in pain. They don't just allow you to be in agony. They begin to tell you to inhale and exhale to bring those things down. They understand that pain is real. They understand what you're going through. It is really, you are really feeling that. But even in the midst of that, they want us to have control in what you're going through. Come on, Ebony, come talk to me about this topic that we're talking about tonight. Woosah, come on, Ebony.
I thought that was amazing what you just said, that they want you to have control, because that's really what a woosah moment is bringing everything back under control, everything that tried to lose. Because when you think about it, the reason why you're frustrated is because you feel like you have lost control. There's too much going on. You have to be in too many places, or you have too many jobs or tasks, and you just have lost control. You've missed a meeting, or you was late picking up your child, or whatever the case may be. So things slowly just began to trickle and fall apart. So you felt like you lost control. But I like to focus on that, is gaining that control, because I know even me now, with my husband being away right now, I've definitely had to woosah. There's been a couple times where the kids do something, and versus me yelling or something, I just have to laugh it out. And I tell them, hold on, give me a second. I know I'm laughing. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm laughing because I'm bringing everything back under control, where I felt like it might have been too much because I'm trying to fulfill this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to take care of this. And then they added to it. But I'm just saying, hold on, let's breathe. And something I've learned from someone that they say all the time is, they said, you have to focus on the things that you have control of, and the things that you don't have control of, release it. That's no longer, your thing. When my car broke down, I didn't have control over that. Is as much as that anxiety wanted to get out of control, it was not in my control. But what I did have control over was to call a tow truck, call somebody to come pick me up. So those are the things that I was able to focus on, versus being angry or upset or afraid or anything like that. I shifted to regain my control to where I can. So that's what I encourage somebody today. Stop looking at the things that you have no control over. Money may be funny, kids out of control, husband out of control. You don't have control over those things per se, but you can focus on, what can I do to gain the control? How do I gain this back? Is it through prayer, as Bernice had said earlier? Go find that place, pray, spend time with the kids, slow their pace down, explain to them, hey, right now, mama is frustrated, daddy is frustrated, okay? Give us a second, breathe. Those are the things that we have control over. So learn how to breathe and take back that control.
I like that. I like that. That is very powerful tools that we are trying to help someone, because I'm telling you what you were just saying that I got. You were saying it, that woosah help you to think, because if you were not able to think and just out of control, you wouldn't have thought of calling a tow truck, calling this. You would have just been, you lose it, because breaking down on the highway and your husband or no one that is around, and you don't know what to do because you never had to deal with that. but you really talked about gaining that thought, keeping that control. Y'all, I have just a few minutes, but I got to talk to a young man that brought this topic to me. Come on, talk to me, Davion. Woosah.
Woosah, y'all talking good. I appreciate what y'all saying. I want to go back to what my mom was kind of saying about how I'm just like that. I'm so imperfect in this, but it's something that I thank God that He's made me aware of, because it's changed the way that I even communicate. So when it comes to communicating and having that moment of woosah, right? Because when you're communicating and you're going back and forth, it can be hard to come back down once it's elevated, right? So let me try to say this as clear as I can. So in those moments, before it even gets to that point and you can feel yourself, what I heard a pastor say recently was, he said, take 5 seconds, right? And I don't count like out loud or even in my head, but I just actually take a moment. And it might be funny at first because you've maybe before or just in life, you've been quick to respond to certain things. And when you try to adjust, it might seem funny that when something happens or somebody says something you don't like and you're just silent, it could be funny to you and it could be funny to the other person, because they're like, what they being so quiet for? Because it's like you're so used to going back and forth. But when you just take a moment and you just, okay, and you just away, and it's not that you're holding it in, but you're just finding the appropriate way to respond. And that's the whole point of having that woosah, like my TT was saying, is you're trying to gain that control, because once you start going here, it's out of control. The conversation or whatever, the day, whatever it might be, it's out of control at this point. So while it's still at a level where you can kind of control it, be intentional about that. And I bring up being intentional because I've been doing that intentionally, like when me and my wife communicate. But the other night when I'm working on something with my mom and it wasn't going right how we wanted to, I wasn't taking a moment to calm down, but I was just responding and reacting in a way that wasn't appropriate. And I had to come back and say, Mom, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to react in that way when we were trying to figure something out. So I say that to say that you have to do this on purpose. This isn't your natural inclination to not say anything or to not respond, but you have to, on purpose, be quiet for just a moment and get your response together. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. And I hope that's actually helpful and something practical that y'all can do.
Wow, that is so powerful, Davion. My God, none of us are great at this. I know. I don't want anyone to say, well, oh, she thinks she has it under control. Oh, no, I don't. This takes practice daily. This is a daily practice, because when you think that you are so great or you have overcome different things, y'all, that enemy is going to test you in it. And I tell you, if you don't have the right armor on, you will fail. And even when you have the right armor on, sometimes some things are very intentional. And so with that being said, y'all, I know my time is always running out, but I got to hear from Jalen. Jalen, come on and talk to me about our topic tonight. Come on, say something.
These Woosah comments have been really good, because life can get real crazy in the blink of an eye. Like, everything could be fine at one moment, and then it just seems like the next moment, it's like everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And honestly, what should have even went right still went wrong. So it's like when all of that happens, it's overwhelming, it's frustrating, you get anxiety, you start to worry. And what do you do? Like, do you spaz out, or do you take a second and do you breathe and just say woosah? And even if you don't actually say woosah, like, what do? Do you Like I know for me, when I'm getting upset or something, and I know I have a combat on the tip of my tongue that I just want to say so bad. What I would do, I would literally swallow, like I'm swallowing my words. Because when you don't take a moment to woosah, or in other words, you're not thinking before you react, it causes you to react in a way that you'll regret after the fact. Yeah. So you have to take a moment and regroup before you respond, so that way you don't regret your decisions after the fact. And so what I like to think about is woosah has to be something that you practice so much until it becomes a lifestyle. Not to say that that you're not going to make mistakes, but when it becomes a lifestyle, woosah becomes more like a reflex, like a natural reflex, than something that you have to think about so hard, and then you're not slipping up on it so frequently. So once it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes easier to react with the woosah versus spazzing out.
I love it. Oh my God. My time has really been over. I'm always grateful to just come and just talk to our listeners and let you know we don't have it all together, but we are really practicing. We are really doing this thing, asking God to transform us, be a help to our tongue. Y'all, this tongue, it cannot be tamed. Only God can do that. You can help your thoughts. So as we leave you, I want to leave you with this. Go and check out all of the things that I go in and I tell you about, how to inhale and how to exhale. Go check me out, y'all. It's been our pleasure. I would love to make sure that I wish everyone a happy 4th of July. Be safe, be kind, watch what you do, don't overindulge in anything. All right, continue to be blessed and woosah when the enemy think he got you. You're a winner. All right, peace out.
Thank you for tuning in this week. Our prayer is that you be encouraged. Know that life can be hard at times, sometimes even unbearable. But know, when we are weak, God is strong. Let's take off the world's expectation of us and ask God, what do you expect of me? We ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed week and see you next week.